officially at 2 o'clock.
Oh, what up?
Oh, hey, yo.
All maybe 2 people that are
now we gotta talk to people. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is our first inaugural podcast. What do we call it? We called it the Pressure Cooker. I'm the one who came up with the name. You think I know this stuff, right? Whatever. So today we are joined by Stefan.
I'm Nick.
I am Dustin.
You know, I just realized something. We forgot to do a sync for quite literally all of these cameras, but it'll be a little fun and editing. But that's what we're
Rip in peace.
You know, I feel like that's one of the things that people, when they think about, all right, I'm going to go ahead and make a YouTube channel. This is going to be tons of fun. I'll just throw up some videos and whatever, right? How long did we spend on setup this morning? It's something like, oh man, I think we started like 10, and we just finished up with things like maybe a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. Running around like freaking madmen for a good 3-4 hours.
And we still forgot steps. We're silly.
Yeah.
Man.
And we still have to set up for other filming.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is going to be a long day for us.
So for anybody who's interested in doing a YouTube channel, prepare yourself for a lot of prep work.
A lot of prep work, and even on the back end of it, I mean, just when we did Under the Table, the first one, when I edited that, and I realized it wasn't the best, I could have spent more time on it, but there was 6 hours that I put into just that video alone. It was a pain.
Editing is a painstaking process.
It absolutely is.
Going through every little bit of footage just to find that perfect little nugget of awesomeness.
The worst part about all of it, though, was having to pull from the 5 different cameras that we have, syncing it up with just the one audio source, making sure that the lips match just perfectly. And I didn't realize this until after we put it out on the YouTube channel. I messed up on the GoPro footage. That didn't sync up.
Yeah, well, it's far enough away where unless somebody's like, hey.
Well, I mean, the big thing when you notice it when Mike put down his beer glass, right there. Maybe I'll do a little one, but at this point, like right there. I'm just gonna make it so it's like 4 seconds after you did that. Your camera, just your camera alone. Okay. Everyone else will be fine.
Ooh.
But that's it.
No, so my camera's a pile of duty.
Well, I mean, it does the job.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we need a lot more equipment. There's no way of getting around that. Like, just for what we're doing right now, I guess what we have here. So for everyone, since you can't see it, we have, oh man, this is the jankiest setup ever, but we got a webcam that we're live streaming from. We've also got Nikon camera over here, which, good enough camera, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be your standard run-of-the-mill camera, but still, it does the job. And then we got another kind of run-of-the-mill Canon, but that's got some fancy lenses on it. Ooh, Dustin, you're going to look so good on this.
Oh, I hope so.
Real quick, we'll cut to Dustin here for the actual, podcast itself.
I hope I look pretty.
Yeah. Now that's the big thing. People that are tuning in to watch this live, they're gonna have to come back and watch it again with more editing powers. It's gonna be all right. It might be better fun here, but it won't be. Yeah. What are you gonna do? So something fun happened this week that I think that we kind of need to talk about just because it's nothing but cack worthy. So Kanye West, right? Yeah. One of my least favorite people probably on this planet, but I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about this anyway. The man is in debt.
Oh my.
Let's all just take a minute, be thankful. We are all 54 million richer than Kanye West.
This is true.
At least we got that going for us, right?
Deep down in my soul, that makes me happy.
Who's at the top now, Kanye?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, all right, so give credit where credit's due, right? His first couple of albums weren't too bad.
Yeah.
They were worth listening to.
Yeah.
Since then, he has gone downhill so much, so fast. If you need any proof of that, Bound 2. I mean, holy shit. That was a visual abortion is what it was. Yeah. It was an audible abortion, too. It sounded terrible.
Yeah, he went downhill quicker than I went down that ice hill at Frida.
Exactly. I mean, the man used to be, quote-unquote, a lyrical genius then.
Right. Yeah.
But he did have good lyrics behind all of his songs, and I suffered through maybe a minute or so of Bound 2 before I wanted to bash my head up against a brick wall. None of those lyrics made sense. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea.
No.
But better yet, I don't know why any of his producers said, "Yeah, all right, we'll do this." Whatever.
It's because he's so deep, super deep.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of producers, there's that whole debacle going on with Sony's label and Kesha.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's a real
What's happening with that?
Well, pretty much the I believe it's the producer,
Manager.
manager.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
manager.
what it is.
Yeah.
Just has repeatedly sexually assaulted her, right?
Yeah.
So she's in court because she wants to get off the
As she
label,
should be.
and
As she should
you know,
be, yeah.
Obviously, Sony has just like an innumerable amount of legal
Resources.
staff, right? So they're just like, well, you're still in a contract, and they won't change anything about it.
So let me back up on this for a second then. Sony knows that her manager has been sexually assaulting her.
Yeah.
And they're still like, nah, keep making music, it's going to be alright.
This actually just got settled.
How is that acceptable? How is that acceptable at all?
Not.
The judge actually would not revoke the contract. He wouldn't end the contract.
Really?
She
yeah.
cannot get off that contract now. It's fucked up. Really fucked up. I don't
That's
approve.
super fucked up.
I feel like that's one of those things. I don't care about celebrities too much, but maybe bring that one to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Or at least bump it up the chain a little bit, because there's no way that that's acceptable.
No.
And it says a lot about the music industry too.
Not only about the music industry, but how much we will let fly with the music industry from the legal aspect of it, too.
Especially in the pop culture scene.
Oh, don't get me started about pop culture. I hate pop culture. I hate mostly just because of our generation alone.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to circle back to the point that I was trying to bring up before with Kanye West. So, I think it was Tuesday or so, something like that. Some fan out in Minnesota actually started a GoFundMe to get Kanye West some money so that he can keep making his shitty sweatpants and selling them for $200 or whatever it is.
Like
$500
$600.
Yeah.
When I checked it, it was like, is that $5,000? $6,000?
I checked it yesterday, probably about 12 or so before we made the trip down here,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was at like $1,000 or so. So if it's gone up before then,
Yeah.
since then rather. Words are hard. It's early. 5,000, really?
It is early.
It is.
I'm not used to
Yeah.
being home from work this early.
That's what I'm saying. It's the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But still, just the fact that fans think that they can do that. I'm personally under the mindset of he dug himself into this hole if he's really in this hole in the first place.
Yeah.
Let himself get it out there, right?
Pretty much.
The biggest question is, how do you go from having probably $55 million,
Yeah.
million or billion?
I think it's a million.
Yeah.
I hope it's million. 'Cause
I hope
billion
it's
is-
million, yeah.
Lordy. How do you go from having? I'm assuming he had 55 million, actual.
I don't think it was that he actually had, but net worth.
but
let's
net
say.
worth. How do you go from that to that in negative?
So
How
quickly
does that
too.
happen?
Right? Yeah.
Like how can you be so bad at
Kim
managing
Kardashian
yourself?
mostly.
Well, I mean,
But even the Kardashians are loaded enough where,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, does she have to gold dig Kanye? Did she have to? Does she,
now I ain't
can
saying
you?
she's a gold digger.
But she ain't
but
messing
that's
with
a-
no broke.
but she is-
Whoa, well,
Broke,
hold
broke.
on.
Yeah.
A
The
broke
radio,
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broke.
A broke
Yeah.
broke.
A broke.
That's what the
It-
radio told me.
I wouldn't trust the radio.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the fact that that's a thing, and people are actually like, "Oh, we're gonna help him out. This is gonna be so wonderful, and he'll make graduation again. It's gonna be the second one." I don't know.
Yeah.
Let the man just fucking figure it out himself, right?
The way I look
He's a
at it
big boy.
is if you're capable of naming your child Northwest,
Jesus.
Oh.
you're definitely capable of becoming $55 million in debt.
Well, yeah. There's no disputing that at all.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I just want to see the list of shit that he bought with $54 million just to get in that.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
that-
I feel like that would
Is
be
it
wonderful.
54?
54 million, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
What's great too is he tweeted to Mark Zuckerberg,
Oh, yeah, I see
CEO
that,
of
yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
saying that he should invest in him. He didn't even have any ideas that he tweeted out on there. Just invest in Kanye West.
Yeah.
How do you invest in a person?
Invest in West 2016.
Oh my goodness. What I really love about all this though is he put out I think he put out a tweet, correct me if I'm wrong, internet, but he put out a tweet saying that he could afford to buy things for his family, like houses and all that, whatever, right? Pizza Hut from the UK, they tweeted back at him, offering him a job. That made my life. Probably one of the best things that they could have ever done.
Uh-huh.
Whoever whoever, I feel like if you're hired to run one of those PR sites for a company or something, you've got to have a good sense of humor about it.
Some of them are just straight up savage though, and
Yeah,
it's great. Like, was it Campbell's? I think it was Campbell's.
Oh yeah.
When somebody posted on their timeline because they had a commercial with like two dads, you know,
Yeah.
or like like a gay couple.
Oh, that was
Was it
no,
Campbell's?
yeah, it was Campbell's.
Yeah, it was Campbell's.
I think it was.
And somebody posted on there like, "Oh, your commercial makes me sick," and then they just replied with just the saltiest. They're just like, "Hey, we're sorry to hear that you're sick. Maybe have some Campbell's chicken noodle soup to make you feel better."
They did one step better too. Is after that, I don't know if it was them that did this, but I know there was a similar incident with someone who put out a same-sex commercial like that, advertising themselves and family love, all that sort of stuff. And people got upset, as people do.
Right.
And they were like, all right, we're going to make an edit for this. So they edited it, they put out another one. It had 6 more. 6 more gay couples in there. And then they put that out. That's the best response you can ever have to something like that.
That is clever.
Made my life. But yeah, Kanye West, if for whatever reason you're watching this, dig yourself out of the hole. How about that, right?
Livestock.
Shovels are cheap.
Shovels are in fact cheap.
Unless you get one of those like shovels.
Well,
You know, they're like
I suppose
$50 for a shovel because it's curved at a proper angle.
I was gonna say our definition of a good shovel is probably gonna be different from a lot of people's because we're in the Midwest here, so snow is a thing, and snow is always a thing. It's at least half of our year, right?
Absolutely.
Just up in Houghton alone, I think this year we're at something like 80 inches or something close to that. Not as much as we had last year. Last year up there was, what was it, Matt? 248 inches, something like that.
About, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it was an absolutely ridiculous amount of snow.
Yeah.
So we just tend to get those big old fucking scoops and just push everything through with that. You get one of those cheap, flimsy Walmart shovels, you ain't getting anything there. Yeah, what we generally refer to them as. I don't know if everyone else is going to pick up on that.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I mean, I suppose, well, yeah, that's what we call them.
Yeah.
But I suppose as of the filming of this podcast anyway, most of the people that are going to be subscribed to us or watching it are going to be people that are generally in this Midwest area.
Yeah.
Yay. So they'll know the pain.
Oh.
My mom doesn't internet.
Yeah, no, not at all. Well, all right, so let's talk about this. So you just got your mom a smartphone, right?
I did.
Oh, tell the world about that.
Oh my gosh. So my mom or my dad haven't had a smartphone yet. They've had one of the Motorola flip phones that you could like text and make calls on, and that's it.
Please tell me that they had a Razor.
No, they never even upgraded to a Razor.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, so they had one of those like old school Nokias then, something like that.
Yes, like it had a display on the front, but it was like a total of 6
Was it
pixels.
still one of those? Oh, so it was like
So it
one
was
of those.
like, what time is it? It's dot squared Egyptian pyramid. All right.
Oh, right, we're late.
Yeah. Let's go. So I got them a cell phone because they're getting older and they live out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, I'm getting you a cell phone so you don't die.
Thoughtful son that you are.
I know, I'm a great son. But yeah, so it's been fun teaching my mom and dad how to text and how to do anything on the phone. And I have now experienced mom texts.
I was going to say, I remember Christmas Day we went out to the casino and it was just a couple hours after all of that and there was a mom text initially that came through.
It was just, as I showed her how
to do the phone, son, thanks! Heart emoji.
Yeah, I taught her how to do emojis. Every now and then I'll just
see, there's your problem.
The letter U.
You should have just never let her know that emojis were a thing in general.
Yeah.
And just let it be.
Good benefit.
Yeah. Which, I'm coming in hot with emojis, right?
Yeah.
So, I hate that they have just taken over everything and people think that they're just the funniest and coolest thing ever. Let's throw them in quite literally everything. They're even in Facebook posts and shitty memes, but memes nonetheless too.
Use them tastefully.
Dude, the worst,
right?
The worst thing is like the text memes, that have like just a line of emojis.
Just emojis, no
like,
words.
The hundreds of the thumbs up and the clap hands.
Oh, check it. Got you a drink.
Thanks. Thank you, girl.
Get it.
It's a strong brew of water in this coffee cup.
Dihydrogen monoxide, so good.
But it's like, why? I understand an emoji every now and then.
Right.
I like to use them facetiously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine. Yeah.
Right, but then people that just like... Have you ever texted somebody that just like only uses emojis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they'll just straight up just 20 emojis in a row.
There was
like, what are you saying? Is this your whole reaction to what I just said?
So my last year of college, that's when emojis were kind of making a comeback and getting silly and ridiculous. Met someone, hung out with them a couple times, got to the point where, all right, fucking get your number so that we can hang out again in the future. Responded to me with all emojis, deleted his number, never talked to him again. Don't know what it's up to. I'm going to keep it that way. And if you're silly enough to do that, and he meant it truly too. He wasn't trying to be funny about it or anything either. That was his conversation.
That's cringeworthy.
Man. Let's talk about that phrase too. That one has been overused way too much lately.
That's actually one I don't use that often. That's the first time I've used that in probably months.
I hear way too many people that use it way too often. And the worst part is they're not even using it in the right context. Like if you're going to use it, it should be something that legitimately makes you cringe. Not just something that's just, oh man, that's unfortunate, or oh, that's weird. Huh.
Yeah, like somebody.
It's got to be like a little, that's a cringe, that's something that's cringe-worthy.
Yeah, instead of somebody being like, I was making a PB&J this morning and I got peanut butter on my thumb. And
oh my god, cringeworthy. I'd put the knife back in there to get more jelly and there's peanut butter in the jelly jar.
That's cringeworthy.
Hashtag cringeworthy.
No.
And what does it do with hashtags?
Oh my fucking
I understand the purpose of it on some sites is to, it's a tag so that way people can search for a certain word or catchphrase and be like, oh, here are things pertaining to this. But I've never actually found a real life use for like hashtags for searching for anything on any, and like why are they on Facebook even?
So you go ahead and you say that and you have that conversation, but I started a hashtag for this podcast.
Yes.
Hashtag the pressure cooker. All one word.
That's okay. I have a hashtag for my puppy and I.
Oh well, yeah.
Adventures of Nick and Morty.
Yeah. So should we bring Morty in on this?
Oh, we should.
All right, Matt. Do you wanna get us a pup?
I got you a pup.
All right. So we'll come back to it in a little bit. We'll come back to it. Don't worry. Give me a second.
He's probably away.
But yeah. So kids, calm down with your emojis. Calm down with your hashtags. I mean,
another thing.
There's a time and a place, and just don't. All right.
Another thing. The constant abbreviations of shit. The just using the
yeah.
Oh, we have a Morty.
Morty, you're on the internet.
Ha!
I know you're on the internet.
You're in a video.
Look at the internet.
You gotta be entertaining, dude.
Hi.
He's tired.
Are you sleepy?
So this is Nick's new puppy. Literally just got him like a week ago, right?
Yeah,
puppers.
He's a sleepy puppers.
He's had a busy day, right? He was helping us set up for this the whole time. Like we got up, took him up, made himself a good little puppy coil, and we came back in here and he was just going to town on tripods, man. He's been all over it.
Yeah.
Number one helper right here.
He goes from 0 to 100 back to 0 in like a matter of minutes.
Oh, dude, that's what.
Like right now he's kind of 0, but pretty soon he's gonna launch straight up.
He's in hibernate mode right now.
Yeah.
Soon enough, full power's gonna come back. He's gonna start maxing out the CPU, and his puppy processor is gonna fry. Really,
absolutely.
It's just the way that it's gonna work. No, nothing to say to the people.
Right.
His bark that he has, I realize that he's only 9 weeks old. He's just discovering what his voice is and that he can do things.
It is piercing.
It's pitiful, is what it is. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
You just.
Oh,
that's
only
it.
had the little barks. You only had the full barks.
Oh, his full barks is. That's it. That's maybe the loudest it'll get. A lot shorter.
He's trying.
He's trying, and again, it's something that'll come with time. I recognize that, but maybe give it a second, dude. Calm down. He's really getting in there.
Stefan brought up the point. He has Deadpool eyes, and
he does have Deadpool eyes. That makes me really happy.
Morty.
Either that, maybe we. Well, no, it would be Deadpool, but he's more like X-Force Deadpool.
Also, puppy farts are a real thing, and they're horrible.
Yeah, it's gnarly. So speaking of Deadpool, I feel like we have to talk about the movie since it's quite literally the only movie that's out right now that's kind of worth watching.
Yeah.
But man, holy crap, wonderful! It's about damn time they got Deadpool right.
That's the thing. Since they came out with the Wolverine X-Men Origins, and it was such an abomination. Then Ryan Reynolds had been trying to get it up for 7 years and finally did it, and I was not disappointed one bit.
I think the big thing that helped with it was the studios learned their lesson. They backed off and they let their director and everyone else that was involved with it just do their thing and do it the way that they wanted to. Didn't interfere with it. Turned out wonderfully.
The fact that they actually did an R rating too, so it could be its full potential. Oh my god!
And the group of people that were trying to make it PG-13, it's like, just don't go to it then.
Yeah. If you don't want to see it, don't
Like,
see it.
if you don't-
There's still going to be plenty of us that want to.
They're like, well, what if I want my kids to watch it? Well, why would you want your kids to watch something that's, you know, if you made it PG-13, you know, they'd be like, wow, that's cool, being kids, and then they go read the comic books, and which is way more than rated R.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll circle back to the actual movie conversation here, but I just want to one quick little thing about the PG-13 rating, because PG-13 rating, it really irks me.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's kind of just become the catch-all for any movies.
Yeah.
Like, people just know, if you want your movie to be a success, you want everyone to see it, be able to hit anyone that you want, PG-13.
Mhm.
It's just whatever. There are so many things that can fall in that it's a silly rating.
Yeah.
Well, it's really changed since the 80s and stuff. You could have nudity in PG-13,
Oh,
you
yeah.
got swearing and stuff.
Yeah.
The 90s, it really softened up into just, well,
And it really hasn't changed too much since then either.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But there's so many different types of genres, and man, words are just failing me right now. But so many different things that can get it flagged as a PG-13 rating, like superhero violence for one. Just bringing up the Avengers.
Yeah.
That one, I feel like that could just be PG. That's
Right.
just me.
Absolutely.
And it would still be a commercial success too.
yeah.
So, but for whatever reason, people think it has to be PG-13 if we're going to get anywhere with it.
Right. Which, I mean, Deadpool had a pretty big. I mean,
It had a big turnout for the R rating that it was, and I think that's mostly attributed to the fact that he's got so many dedicated fans. People that as soon as they heard it's going to be Deadpool, we're going to try to do it right this time, they were just all about it. They already had their tickets.
Well,
I know I was.
Between that and the way that he promoted it, I mean, I've never seen a film with this much promotion.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Oh,
And,
absolutely. Yeah.
You know, it made it a success. It's a record R rated.
say bye, Morty.
It is.
Say goodbye to the internet.
Bye, Brody. Time to have some fun. Boop.
Go be a
Yeah, no,
puppy.
he's got nothing. But yeah, if you look at it, I think it was the last R-rated movie that had a biggest turnout before this. It was The Matrix Reloaded,
Yep.
second one.
Mhm.
And that was, I want to say something like, oh boy, 110 million, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool came and it was like, hey, 142 million, how you doing?
Yeah.
And just shattered that record.
Right.
However,
I
it kind of makes me happy that people recognize that we can have R-rated blockbusters now.
Yeah.
However, James Gunn put out a post saying this, and I'm just going to go ahead and what can I help you?
Deadpool did beat out Star Wars
That's
in
what-
Russia on
yeah.
opening
Oh.
weekend.
In Russia?
In Russia.
All right. Well, they probably saw Colossus and they were like, yeah, all right, he's for us. But James Gunn put out a post right after all the success for Deadpool and everything, and he's familiar with this side of it too. But it was something to the extent of like Hollywood's gonna take the wrong meaning from the success of Deadpool here. They're gonna see the formula for the movie here, and they're gonna think, all right, this is what people want. Let's just keep doing this over and over and over again, and just
Yeah.
keep making clones.
Hope they don't fucking
Yeah.
When really, I think one of the main reasons that it succeeded so well is because it was something different.
Yeah.
And again, that's what James Gunn said. And you know, he's got a point. His movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, it differed enough from the superhero format that it allowed it to be successful in its own right while having its own voice.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that was so successful, clones after clones after clones of it.
Yep.
So he knows firsthand that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's got a good point, and I do side with him. I think Hollywood is going to learn the wrong lessons from this. Words are so hard, and there's just going to be so many clones like that, and it's going to get to the point where it's going to be obnoxious.
Yep.
But we're powerless to stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. Hollywood's going to do what they're going to do.
Let's see Hollywood abortion train.
Guardians of the Galaxy actually wasn't too bad.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Deadpool and that are my two favorite recent Marvel films. I mean, they're
See,
top two.
Yeah. See anything with Iron Man just because I've been reading his comics since
Oh,
I was
yeah.
knee-high to a grasshopper. He's always where my bread and butter is going to
Yeah.
be. Like, and as soon as the first Iron Man movie came out, I had expectations low because I didn't trust superhero films. Then that just blew me out of the damn water.
Yeah.
And my only response was, ooh. And I just wanted more. And I got more.
Yeah.
But now it's
So
almost
many
getting to the point where
Where that's
we're getting
all that is.
oversaturated.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for quite literally every Marvel movie that's slated to come out.
Yeah.
Even Age of Apocalypse, even though it's not MCU. But they're doing so much and they're doing them so often that I think it's not just me too. People are starting to get fatigued on the whole comic book movie thing.
It's definitely being pushed too much. They need to, you know,
that's
still come out with them, but in, you know, proportion. Don't just overload the entire system with
Exactly.
That's the only thing that it seems like is coming out anymore, though. Which is, you know, it's cool, you know, because it's like, sweet, comic book movies. But at the same time,
comic book movies or Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Or Jurassic World. But, like,
but soon, though, Independence Day. Can we talk about the Independence Day movie coming back out?
Yes.
That makes me happy.
I'm excited.
And as good as Will Smith did in the first Independence movie, I'm really glad they didn't bring him back for the second one, simply because that means they would have to bring Jaden Smith back.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be a part of that. That would just be ridiculous.
It'd be too philosophical.
Oh, man.
Philosophical.
Just talk about my feet in the mirrors and I don't know, whatever else Jaden Smith talks about.
One movie I was really disappointed with wasn't
But at least Jeff
necessarily
Jeff Goldblum. Oh,
comic book movie, but Ender's Game.
Ooh.
Ender's Game.
Love the book. One of my favorite books. The movie.
That's one of those things where it's a great.
Yeah, the batteries in there.
We need better equipment.
Yeah, we do.
It's back on. It's back on.
Oh, right.
Okay.
I mean, eventually. I feel like we're only, like a month and a half, 2 months into this actual channel now.
Yeah.
So for how much work we've done just to not only get to where we are now, but for our plans for the future, I feel like we're doing pretty good. It's like Mike and I were having this conversation about the channel the other day, and we're still in the infancy stage for the channel, but I feel like we're crawling at this point.
Yeah.
We're not quite to baby steps or even just walking yet, but we're on all fours and we're getting from place to place.
We're crawling towards the stairs about to fall down now.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. And man, when we fall, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt hard, but it's gonna be good.
So I'm gonna take just a couple seconds, real quick here, do a couple of thank yous. I want to give a big thank you to Full Screen for bringing us into the family. We are super excited to be signed with you guys and be a part of this. And man, it's just been wonderful. Just having those resources that Full Screen has given us.
Oh, it's so useful.
It's a whole new world for us.
Amazing.
It is quite great.
Honestly.
I also want to give another quick, huge shout out to one of our good friends, Mario Loria, the only person, as of the filming of this, to donate to the GoFundMe.
Yep.
But the man donated $100, and oh man,
Thank you, Mark.
Huge thank you, Mario. You actually bought some of the equipment that we're using in this shoot here, so good on you.
Thanks, fam.
Yeah. And what was it? It was one of these XLR cables he got for us, and then another adapter too. And he also bought us donuts this morning, and my Surge.
Ooh,
You're keeping me awake, big boy. Gotta love them.
That barbarian cream was. Was it a Boston cream?
It was a Boston cream, yeah.
Cream?
Dude, Boston cream is the way to go. I mean, come on. What else is it gonna be? So another big thing that happened just a couple weeks ago, we haven't had a chance to really talk about it since we haven't been together, but holy shit, let's talk about this for a second. Gravitational waves finally been discovered. Probably the biggest scientific discovery that we have made to date.
Yes.
To date.
Yes, because now people can't say like, well, gravity's just a theory.
Exactly.
Anymore.
It's no longer a theory, it's a law.
If you've ever gotten in a conversation with somebody who doesn't believe in like any of the sciences, and they're just like, well, gravity is just a theory. It's like, well, I'm gonna slap you in the mouth with my foot theory.
It's like,
why?
So someone actually,
it's obvious.
Someone brought that up to me once, and they were like, yeah, gravity's just a theory, you can't count it. I was like, all right, it is just a theory. Do you want to go up to the top of the roof and test it out real quick?
Yeah.
Shut them right up.
Prove it wrong for me.
Exactly,
please.
yeah.
It's just an ignorant
But
thought.
now it is officially
in,
full on through a law of nature, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah,
They're all going to have to deal with
We
it.
can shut off the window lickers.
So, in case anyone isn't as up to date on science stuff as we might be, so the big thing that makes this so overwhelming is the fact that we could only see, it was maybe like 10% of the visible universe, or the actual universe, well, observable universe, thank you. Only like 10% of it, because we were entirely reliant on how light reflected off of things.
Yeah.
That's the only way that we could see things, right? Now, with us being able to discover gravitational waves and we know how they act now, we can make cameras that's can respond to how the gravitational waves react.
Yep.
Everything is observable to us
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're going to be able to see so much more of our universe. It's going to be ridiculous.
Kicks open the door. So
Exactly, yeah. It's the way that I like to describe it, that I've described it to people. So say just, this is about right. Just this room itself that we're filming in here, which I'd say it's about, 12 by 14 maybe, something like that.
Yeah,
about
something like
probably like 14 high or so, something about that.
it's
Everything that we've ever seen in the universe would fit into one atom, like in the scissor arm stand. Not foot here. Just one atom, right in here. And there's that much of the universe that's out there that we don't even know about yet, right?
This little tiny thing that you can't see, I can't see, is what we know. And this whole room is the observable universe.
It's fucking mind blowing.
Things just opened up. Game changer
Yeah.
is what it is. Makes me really happy. And if nothing else, it's going to like you said, silence a bunch of the naysayers.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so excited for that. Naysayers like who's the rapper that said the Earth was flat?
Oh, I knew we were going to get to this too.
B.O.B.
B.O.B. Flat Earth Theory.
B.O.B. The Earth is not flat. Stop it! My God.
When I read that, like, I had the biggest fucking moment where I wanted to slam my head into a wall. Like,
Right.
what the fuck? Are you that fucking dumb?
You know what the worst part about it is too? The facts that he's relying on for his flat Earth theory. That's stuff from the 16th century.
Yeah. All proven wrong.
Yeah, all proven wrong in the 16th century.
Yeah.
He would have been better to get Wikipedia.
Right?
Exactly.
Man, what I love though, Neil deGrasse Tyson, his response to it, the man just knows how to respond to things.
Yeah.
He's clever.
He went on, I forget what show he went on Comedy Central, but he had just a quick little rap about it, and then, by the way, this is gravity. And just walked off. And that was it. Yeah. You're
Probably
right, Mr.
the
Tyson.
only time a mic drop is acceptable because
Oh, absolutely.
microphones are expensive.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin that shit.
Just don't.
Yeah, just don't.
The amount of, I remember back in the old days, being at shows and stuff, and being with people doing sound, and it mostly happened with the rappers, local rappers. No offense to rappers in general, but
No.
local rappers.
Yeah.
Would just drop the mic, throw the microphone, and stuff like that, and it's like, what?
They don't realize how
why
much
would
that
you-
costs. They need to replace that now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you just threw a $200 microphone on the ground.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, well, yeah, this is whatever, thanks for letting us use this, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, are you going to pay for it? It's broken? No.
Right?
Yeah.
Then don't drop the microphone.
Yeah.
So
So
with my band, I have a $150 mic just for that. And anytime somebody gets near that mic stand, I see it tipping. It's like, oh, no!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but playing a show and drunk people coming out.
Yeah.
And like, microphone.
So I guess we should reiterate for those watching that might not know, both of you guys are actually in bands.
We are musicians.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're bass player for your band?
I'm a bass player for Left of Center.
There it
Bass
is.
of Marquette, Esplanade, Gladstone, Scandia.
And you guys are what, rock?
Yeah, we're a rock cover band, so we're not really a band, but we are a band.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, and
It's fun.
at least
It's
in this
awesome.
area here, there's not a whole lot of like live music that actually happens. We're in a weird place in the UP where, well, I guess the UP of Michigan in and of itself just doesn't like to do any live shows or anything. I feel like there's just an aura of let's just stifle all creativity in this general area. It's either work with your hands or fuck off.
Right.
Something like that.
And the biggest thing is that there's not like an outlet for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Venues. Like there's very far and few venues.
Now that being said, there used to be venues in our town here, Escanaba. There were a couple of them.
8th Street Coffee House.
8th Street Coffee House was one.
Infinity
That
House.
Yep, that changed up to Infinity.
the
Even the Delft.
Yeah,
Right.
As
Delft.
much as I hate the Delft.
I know.
It was good for shows, though. I made a
It
wide
was.
space for
You
people
gotta
to
give
come
them
in,
this.
you know.
I remember it
Oh,
was
that-
would have been about like 6 years ago when you and our buddy had your band Emergency Exit.
Oh.
Yeah, shows way back in the good old days.
Oh man.
But yeah, for other people that might not know, Nick is also in a band. He's a drummer for Grounded, which is a
Right.
punk rock band. Oh man,
Play fast. And
play fast and have fun. The show that you guys did in Shelf Range a couple of months back, That was a killer show.
That was a ton of fun.
I remember you texted me about that, and I didn't know what my plans were going to be, and I'm like, all right, yeah, it's looking like time's going to free up, so yeah, I'll absolutely come to the show. Got to support a friend and play good music, so why wouldn't I, right?
Yeah.
It was dirt cheap, too. And I brought our buddy Paul along here, and I'm like, yeah, we don't know what to expect, but Nick's going to be playing, so yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, there's 15 bands that played, and there was just 6 hours of live music, and I was not upset at all.
No,
only $15.
It's. I mean, there is a pull for local music in this
There
area.
absolutely is.
But it's just like
It's such a small percentage of
getting the word out and finding an outlet for it is just difficult. So difficult.
Yeah.
Like I was doing the venue in my basement for a while.
Right.
I got shut down because of liability or whatever.
I mean, what are you going to do? But I did like that show up in South Range. It even managed to pull bands like Human After All the way up from Milwaukee.
Yes.
Holy crap. What was really upsetting about that, too, is, first of all, I recommend everyone go check out Human After All if you haven't yet. Their EP's up on Spotify. Oh, by all means, go check it out.
Yep.
They put on such a phenomenal show, and they had so much energy, but there were 5 of us left.
Yeah.
That was it. All the other bands had bailed. It was just me. Paul had to go at that point. It was just me, you, your girlfriend, and a couple other people that were just hanging about. And their lead singer gets up on stage. He's like, "Cozy, all right, you guys are going to get all of our energy. Prepare yourselves."
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then we got all of this energy.
Yep. And that is honestly the best thing that you can do, playing, being in a band and playing somewhere. Because, like, when you play out of town or something like that, or if you go on tour, not all of them are going to be great shows.
Yeah.
Actually, give me 2. Thanks, bro.
Thanks,
not all of them are going to be great shows. But the thing is, if there's anybody there, like, even if there's, 2 or 3 people there, you still have to play your ass off. Follow those 2 to 3 people. Because if you sit there and you're like, oh, the worst thing that you can do, and the thing that irks me so goddamn bad is when a band comes and plays and they get up there and they're like, we're not going to play unless everyone gets up front, or oh, we're not going to play because and it's just like, shut the fuck up, play your music. You're not better than anybody else here.
Oh, absolutely.
My God.
So that kind of brings up another point that I was going to get to with that show itself. I forget which band it was. Who was the guy? He was the lead singer from one of the bands that came up and was letting. Oh, thanks. Power of Christ compels me. Which band was it that the lead singer came up and was letting everyone know the next band that was going to be coming up? I'll never remember what band he was from because when they went up and played, they played all right, but it was too loud for the environment that they were in. And granted, I'm a metalhead. We're all metalheads. There's no denying that. In any sort of metal, I feel like we all appreciate. But that was too loud, too much. You couldn't understand anything. Even you couldn't differentiate any of the instruments from each other.
That's the thing. Right. When you're in a band, you got to learn how to equalize that all out. Keep your guitars the same thing, but vocals are very important.
They really are.
You can't overpower.
But what irked me about this guy is it was after the end of every song and in between every single band. Is everybody having a good time?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I said, are you having a good fucking time?
Yeah. That's like,
and it's like, yeah, guy, you just asked us 4 minutes ago. Now we're doing worse because you ask us again. It's going to keep progressively getting lower. Like, just get up there, ask them maybe before your last song. Like, have you guys had a good time listening with us? Respond to that. Whatever response you get, that's the response you get.
It's synonymous to being like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are we there yet?
Yeah.
Well,
no, we're not getting there any faster.
The thing, like with us, we're a bar band and stuff. So, about every 5-6 songs, we'll banter with the audience a little bit. Maybe do a team.
When you got to do a little tuning, right?
Yeah, you got to do a little tuning. Take a little second to take a breather.
It's a team building exercise.
That's pretty much it. You get everybody into it, but not after every song.
Right. And in between every band too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally between every band. Is everybody having a good time? Are you ready for this next band that's going to come up? They're going to be great.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was, honestly. I don't remember because I was many beer.
There was a couple of drinks that night.
The bands had free beer. Well, beer provided to them at this, so...
not to the crowd, though. That made me really sad. Because I went in there and I was like, oh, there's people walking around with beers. It's only Bud, but whatever, I'll go get one. Can I get a beer? We're not selling beer.
What? It's like, what?
Suddenly I started walking through Depressing Street and I had to drink soda. Fuck my life,
Right.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
Actually, that other show that you played over at Wally's with the Undesirable People, that was an amazing
Oh my
band.
god.
They were
Undesirable
fucking-
People.
Yeah, that's a
Go
band you
look
gotta
them up
check out.
too. They have that EP. It's EP or CD out.
CD.
Eternal
There's
Visions of a Blind Future.
9-track, I believe.
Yeah.
10 tracks.
Eternal
Yeah.
Visions
sounds
of a
right,
Blind
yeah.
Past,
Everyone.
Future,
Great.
something. Anyways, go check it out. They're amazing. Holy crap! Honestly, one of the best live shows I've ever seen. Fuck, they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things, like, they all set off and it's like, I don't know what the hell I'm getting into, and then they play like, oh my god,
Man, some
it's
of
gushing.
Some of the best bands that I've ever seen live, though, have started out like that.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, went to go see Coheed and Cambria
Yeah.
when they were doing their 10-year anniversary tour for their second album,
Mhm.
which I was really excited that because they played their entire second album from start to finish.
Yeah.
Made my life.
Yeah.
But the band that opened for them, they were a relatively unknown band. They still are relatively unknown at this point. They're called
Yeah.
Thank You Scientist.
Mhm.
And the best way that I can describe these guys, I had you listen to them, I know.
Mhm.
They're kind of like a rush between Coheed, or like a mix, wow, between Rush, Coheed and Cambria, and Frank Zappa.
Nice.
Kind of melts your brain thinking about
Yeah.
that, right?
Oh, yeah.
But then you hear them live, they damn near stole the show from Coheed.
Yeah.
That was the most impressive thing for me. I mean, I've been a huge Coheed and Cambria fan for well over a decade now at this point.
Yeah.
And then this, and I was like, so ready for this, Dustin. Guitarist, bassist, drummer, singer. Normal band, right?
Yeah.
Fuck that, we're not done. Electric violin,
Damn.
saxophone, French horn. The combinations of music that you can get from that, it's so sexy. They played one song. It was kind of a softer, slower paced song, and I was like, all right, yeah, fucking really getting into it. And they were just grooving so well, and it was awesome. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, saxophone solo. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed in this song, and I didn't even know it. And then the next song that they played, it was a little more up-tempo, a little bit faster, and you could hear everything, and everything was harmonizing with each other so well. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, electric violin solo.
Damn.
And the guy just came up, and he just started shredding on that violin. I was like, damn, I need all of their music stats. They've only got one album out right now, but
Yeah.
they're working on their second. I think it's coming out sometime this year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend that you check them out.
I will give them a listen.
You know what?
That's-
we got enough
that's,
time together today. I'm gonna have you listen to some of their stuff.
Alright.
I think that's one of my favorite things is when you see a band live and they just pull out some random instrument.
Yeah.
Mm,
It just for like, it doesn't even have to be for like for the whole show. Just like even if it's like a part of a song, like the Mustard Tigers.
Yeah.
Local Escanaba band. Check them out too. They're having an EP out soon. I don't know, sometime this spring or summer. I don't know. Soon this year. But one of their songs, they just have a trumpet. They pull it out at the bridge interlude, whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
they just do 2 notes on it. But it just like adds that much to the song. You're just like, yay!
Well, actually, you can check them out on one of our videos. Actually, that Nick produced.
Yeah, actually, one of our
oh yeah,
one of
they're
the,
in our Pyro Audio.
yeah, one of the projects that I'm doing, Pyro Audio, is trying to showcase local bands in the area, just doing acoustic shows in my basement or wherever else. I'm gonna do some outside in the summer. But they're on. If you go to our channel and look for Pyro Audio, the Painted Lady Sessions, Mustard Tigers, they did a session in my basement. Great.
Super.
So I guess that's something that we could clue the people in on a little bit here. So we haven't made it too much known in our videos as of yet, mostly just because it's been sketch comedy and that sort of stuff that we've been doing. But one of the big things that we all focus on around here, especially with you guys being in bands, and we've seen so many of our friends get included into bands, and some of them start to go places. I mean, Grounded did a whole fucking tour, and you guys have been really taking off.
We got another one coming up there.
Yeah, this summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
you're playing in South Range again too next month, isn't it?
It's not South Range. It's in Houghton at the
That's right.
Continental,
Oh, okay. Right on.
which is
Nice.
That'll be fun.
It's such a sweet place.
Yeah. But one of the things that we really wanted to do with this channel is take a lot of local artists, whatever they might be. I mean, if they're trying to do sketch comedy like us, showcase them off a little bit,
Yeah.
have them be in some of our stuff, showcase local bands, stuff like that.
Mhm.
We're all about local around here. because they're just too many things are straying away from homegrown local stuff. I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's really important because that's going to be the roots for it.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere. I mean, not everything is going to be pristine and awesome when you first start.
Exactly.
Look at our channel. Some of the videos we put out so far, they ain't the best, but it's a start.
It's learning. It's a learning process.
Exactly. You know.
Mhm.
I mean, we got the ideas and we're starting to hone the craft now, and I feel like there's going to be. We've already got a couple of skits written up that we're getting the. My God, script. Holy shit, words are hard. I never really woke up today, alright? We had a long night last night building that computer.
Make some coffee?
No, dude, I need another surge is what I need. I need more caffeine.
We could go get some meth. It is methanol.
I am so happy that I moved out of this town.
Yeah.
Because it is going downhill so quickly. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I'm with you, Nick.
Yes and no. It's.
Alright, let me put it to you like this.
I feel like
Before you
it's-
say anything, let me put it to you like this. House that I grew up in, that I cut my teeth in,
Yeah.
meth house.
There's a meth bust every 3 weeks. That's the bad part. I mean, there's still a lot of great things in this town, but there's certain aspects like the drug culture is getting worse. You know,
And that's the thing. This town has a lot of potential, but
It
it's
has
just ruined.
overwhelming potential. My God, it does. But another big thing with that too is just the amount of red tape that is
it's impossible to
in
do
getting
anything
anything
around here.
developed. Like they're just like people are focused. The people that are most of the people that are on the board are obviously pretty old. They just want it to.
They're
be
stuck in
up
their
there.
own ways. Yeah.
And it's like we have so much shoreline accessible.
Yeah.
Like our park is massive.
Yeah.
It's stupidly big. Fucking put a little boulevard down there with some little shops or something. Like the
Exactly.
people that I used to work at the harbor, and like people would come in. There's this one dude that came in with an $800,000 boat. Every time you'd fill up, he'd put like $2.5 grand in filling up his tank. He
Yeah.
tipped me like $50, like it was like 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right. It's like
Should we all be so
okay,
lucky?
so this dude who's coming in with obviously all this money coming to this area, he's just going to come in here and be like, well, there's not really anywhere to spend my money. I guess I don't know, boat down to somewhere that does.
We have places to spend money here. There's a Walmart.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's not
And
the only
like
thing in this
5
town.
on
We're
one
getting a
shop.
Myers. Yay!
Yay!
I'm excited about
$5
it.
says they're going to put it right next to Walmart, though. And
It's
gonna
gonna be right
ridiculous.
behind it.
So, all right, still coming in hot, right?
Mhm.
This time coming in hot about Escanaba. Why? Why are all the auto parts stores?
Why all next to each other?
Why all next to each other is exactly
Yeah.
right.
And also, Advanced Auto and AutoZone are owned by the same corporation.
Right.
No. CarQuest.
CarQuest. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
CarQuest and Advance.
CarQuest and Advanced.
So for those
And
of
they're
you
both-
watching who might not be familiar with Escanaba, if you go down just the main stretch of the road itself, just
Well,
right next
on
to
the highway.
on the highway, yeah, just right next to Taco Bell, you've got
O'Reilly.
you've got an O'Reilly right there.
Advanced Auto.
You've got Advanced Auto right, literally separated by 200 feet.
Yeah.
They're right next to each other.
And then AutoZone.
Then there's AutoZone less than a block away from that. 2 blocks away from that, down by the Family Fun Park, is a Napa.
Uh-huh.
And you go 6 blocks, which way would it be? East. There's another Napa.
And there's CarQuest, and then on
Oh, and then that's right. There's another
on
Napa.
Ludington. On Ludington, there's another AutoZone.
That's Auto Value there.
Is it Auto
Yeah, Auto Value
Okay.
there. CarQuest is the one on North 30th.
And let's not forget about the
Yeah,
other
well,
Napa
yeah.
down by Holiday, too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's what, 8 auto parts stores? Has this town never heard of market saturation?
No, but I
It's
also think
competitive.
yeah, I think that also exists because we're literally swimming in car dealerships.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can throw a rock and accidentally hit a brand new car from
Oh.
anywhere you're standing. In
Do you-
Escanaba.
Or a used car.
Do you know how many
Certified.
Yeah.
auto mechanics there are? Like different little
yeah.
shops around.
Oh, they're
in this
everywhere.
town. There that I know of. There's at least probably 20 different little small shops around here besides the big ones.
Yeah,
I
and,
used to
and that's
deliver.
including out toward, even if you go as far as like Rapid
Yeah.
or out towards the casino or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just auto parts stores and auto parts stores.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not gonna name which one, but I used to deliver for one of the parts stores around here, and it fucking sucked because half the shop owners are dicks around here.
Yeah.
But
Which if you're gonna get work done to your car, like tires, balance, or rotator or something,
Yeah.
don't go to Walmart.
No.
For the love of God, they will just destroy the shit out of your car. Pay an extra $20 to $30. Go to a local shop. Maybe make them so they can,
That's
get
one of
something
the things-
nicer for the kids for Christmas.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I love about our Walmart in Houghton. It's simultaneously the best and the worst thing. No auto parts, or there's no they don't do anything with
Daily.
cars there.
Yeah, no daily.
Again,
I do
it's
have
not
a
like the
friend
one that we
works
have here and in Sault Ste. Marie where you could change your oil, have them put new tires on, whatever. It's literally just buy your shit and get out.
If you do go to Walmart, ask for Dave Johnson. He's the best guy there. He'll fix your oil good.
There you go.
Is that the same Dave Johnson?
Yeah, it's James guitars. Huh? No,
Is that
that's my
Dave
guitar.
Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Different,
There are more Dave
different,
Johnsons.
different.
There-
I suppose it's a common
that's
name,
a- I mean,
Dave
come on,
Johnson.
You say Dave Johnson and you can picture at least 8 waspy white dudes.
Mhm.
Minimum.
That's 80% of white people.
We do all look alike.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's about a good point as any to start wrapping this up. So, for all of you that watch this live stream, thank you for tuning in. We're going to get this video edited and hopefully up within the next week or so. So anyone, if you missed this or if you want to have someone else watch it,
Just
have it come back in like a week, all right? Take a look at our YouTube channel or Facebook or whatever. You should be subscribed already anyway. I hate you.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Well, have a good day, everybody. We're going to do some more filming and not talk to you anymore.